We haven't talked about Trials in a bit of a while. Here on the channel, actually, surprisingly, I haven't talked about Trials since like March of like season of the Splicer or something like that. I don't really talk about Trials at all. And with, of course, Gambit a couple days ago, I made a video on Gambit. Feel free to check it out. Was just why it was just not good of a game mode right now in year 6. We are going to look at some leaks for Trials because, unlike Gambit, Trials actually will be getting an overhaul in Season of the Deep, which is pretty cool. Hype, hype. I don't have a lot of hate to Trials now. Like, I used to hate it a bit back in Worthy because the meta was all over the place and it was just not as good. Now, we went through Season of the Lost changes, we are in year 6. There's some good changes out there. Trials isn't as bad as it used to be, and I kind of just go along with it. Of course, it could be better, like always, but I enjoy it. It's casual, and we haven't looked at Strand yet, but it's pretty casual. So, yes, so Trials, it should be going live and this season, so we're going to go over some leaks about how there's going to be some upcoming changes, a overhaul, if you will, to the game mode itself. But one little thing to point out before we get started is that if you do enjoy this video, find it informative, or in any way just entertaining, subscribe. Only 9% of you guys subscribe. So why not? It's pretty cool. This guy's pretty cool, I think. If not, then give it a dislike and tell me why. But yeah, it'll be cool. Engagement, you know what I mean. Alright, let's get into some of the nitty gritty. So yeah, I got some people actually asking me to source my info from leaks going forward, so I will be putting the Discord server of the leaks that I find in the description down below, and if you want to go and look at it too, you can. It's just people sometimes don't want their Discords to be out there with other people joining it. I have had some fair share of experiences, but yeah, I'll start leaking some of the sources there if you want to go look at it for yourself. But yes, Trials. Now, Redrix, what are we getting for Trials? So apparently, unsure right now, but it looks like this will be a change for Season 21. So the release date could be a bit iffy. That's like the only thing. But it looks very likely Season of the Deep in late May will be getting this change. And it is stated from Freezing Dart that Trials matchmaking is getting an overhaul. Flawless pool is gone, replaced with upper and a lower pool. Players start in the lower pool. Upon winning, they go up and remain there until the card is flawed. From then on, they will be in a lower pool with players with a good connection and a similar weekly performance as they win. Now, apparently, some little also thing to add on before we start talking about it is that, yes, a glaive apparently will be in Trials next season with some of the weapons from Season of the Deep, which is pretty cool. So it looks like we are going to get a glaive of some sort. And this season, we did get some Trials weapons as well. So it's going to be pretty cool to see how that goes. But yes, Trials, Flawless Pool, whole overhaul. How do you guys feel about it? Lower and upper pool. To me, I personally enjoy it. We are going to divide the pool up into one with higher, as you grind and as you win, you will be in a different pool than the players who want to get into it for the first game in their weekend, which is great. I don't want to play on my second game people who has gone like 15 flawlesses and it's on their 6th game. Not a fan of that. For the first, I would say 3 games, maybe even 4, but I think 3 is a good number, is that you should be in a more chill environment. And I know people usually, somehow they like change their card or they cancel their card into going back and playing the 3 first games of their, week or something, so they can play with the not so tryhards. But as soon as you go flawless at least 1 week, you should remain in the upper pool that whole week. I think that's fair. Unless you are, well, of course, it's going to be a bit of, controversial bringing a new light or a person who hasn't ever gone flawless before with people who have, so you'll be in like a mixed, pool, I guess, but that's just your friends, of course, who have gone flawless, so it makes perfect sense. But I feel that in the first 3 games of a week, you should be in the lower pool. You should be casual if you just want to get that pinnacle drop. You want to get some Trials weapons, but not go too insane. And then you can decide later on if you want to actually go for the 4 extra game modes. Overall, I think this change is pretty great. Again, we don't know the release date, but already it looks like it's aiming for Season 21 or late of this season before it. So it's pretty cool. Have 2 pools, which is great. I know the flaws, trials all over the place is a little bit annoying to people. And again, I think it's pretty crazy and pretty interesting. So, of course, with that, there is also going to be a glaive, like we said, which is pretty cool. You know, we are getting some crazy weapons, guys, and I mean crazy weapons. We are going to get a lot of stuff in Season 21, and maybe I'll make a video on it. Maybe, who knows? But, yes, so Trials is getting an arc adaptive glaive, which is really cool, and there's also apparently the dungeon for Season 21 is getting like a stasis wave frame or something, so it's gonna be very interesting. And there's of course new perks here as well. I'll link the server down below if you want to go into it. And again, Freeze and Dark and D&D leaks if you are interested in that. They really talk about leak buffs and changes for the next season, but interesting stuff if you're wondering what next season will hold. Me personally, I gotta admit, guys, you know, with the disappointment of Lightfall, I know many don't really want to talk about it anymore. It's kind of getting annoying. People should know what they're going to be buying, what they bought, if they bought the collector's edition or deluxe edition like me, of next season or so. Next season will be the second season of the year. It's probably, to many, the first real season, as the season that launches with the expansion isn't as crazy. And, you know, it's usually the season they start saying, okay, what will the season give me in that 3-month cycle? It's not going to be too big, but I want to know. I want to know the story. I want to know how it is. Usually with the last couple of years, Season of Chosen and Season of the Haunted have been those two, you know, second seasons of the year. And they have been seasons I enjoy the most. Of course, it can be repetitive at times, and we are looking at getting a seasonal huge reset with Season of the Deep. Remember, I might do a preview Season of the Deep later on in April if you're interested in that, so I can get all the stuff ready for it. As the coming weeks ahead, we are probably going to get more information on Season of the Deep. But yes, expect some, you know, little Trials changes on our way sometime soon. I think it's a great thing to have. And yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you guys did, subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.